If you've been around guns and you've been around Smith & Wesson, you know about the frame sizes. It's got the I-frame here. It's a 5-shot 38 or a 6-shot 32 like this instance. First of the hand ejectors. Production started around 1896. So what's the next letter after I? Obviously you got J. J frame needs no introduction. The classic 5-shot 38. A little bit longer for the 38 special than the I frame. Gives you a little more power. What about J frame? Well, that one also needs no introduction. After that, you got the K frame. Most produced handgun of the 20th century, basically in constant production since 1899. Model 10, Model 12, Model 14. All classics, need no introduction. Classic 6-shot 38. You say Smith & Wesson, most people will probably think of this. After that, well, you go from K to L frame. 686, 686 plus in this case. Larger frame, you can hold up to 7 rounds of 357. Real workhorse. Beautiful guns. After that, well, you got the N frame, obviously. Everyone knows that. 44 Magnum, most powerful handgun in the world. If not 44, you got 8 shots of 357 in the 327 PD. Beautiful guns. But wait, that's not how the alphabet works. What happened to the M frame? Well, you figure. That's an N frame. That's an L frame. Should be somewhere in between that, right? We've been kind of scaling up. That's where you're wrong, and that's where the topic of this video is. That's an M frame. Welcome. We're going to be talking about my very new to me, Ladysmith, the original. Ladysmith goes back to 1902. It was the only gun made on the M frame. The M frame being the smallest hand ejector frame, giving you 7 shots of 22. In this case, as you can see by the markings there, it is 22 Smith & Wesson. What is 22 Smith & Wesson, you might ask? The story goes that it was found 22 long rounds would jump their crimp, at least the black powder rounds of the era, and thus were not suited for revolvers. So Smith & Wesson made the 22 Smith & Wesson, which is overall length and bullet weight wise the same as a 22 long. But the case length is longer and the bullet is internally lubricated. So like how you'd have modern ammunition, 22 is healed. Instead, the case just goes over. That's still a 224 diameter bullet, but it crimps at the end of the lubrication groove, so it looks more like a modern cartridge. Now, you can't get modern 22, or you can't get 22 Smith & Wesson anymore, but it's been said that you can safely shoot 22 short, 22 CB in these. Whether or not I do that is yet to be determined. This is just more of a collector's piece, but I like being able to shoot my guns. As you can see, this is a third model, or the Perfected 22. The first generation actually had a button there, almost like a Ruger, where you'd push it in to release the cylinder. On the second one, they went to this, where you just pull the stem out and it releases the central pin in your ejector. These were made from 1902 to 1921, about 26,000 and change manufactured, with the majority being third models like these. Beautiful little guns, very cool piece. As you can see, mine is 18,000 range, so right fairly smack dab in the middle of that production run for the third gen, which went from 1911 to 1921. I'm guessing though, probably not a whole lot of these were made between 1917 and 1919 for certain geopolitical reasons. But yeah, just an interesting little piece. Thought I would show it. There's not much video on the M frame. In fact, I found one video from a French gentleman. It's about a 40-second video of him and his lovely family shooting the pistol. So I figured I would add my collection piece to the mix. So, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Let me know if you want me to actually get some video of this shooting. I'm kind of inclined to find something with how little there is on this gun. Again, yeah, thanks for watching.